Yep, that's the Forts guy I bought. It's a miserable camera that I worked on for hours yesterday. Like a maniac. I'm annoyed with a company that sold it to me. I think it's Cyclone FPV or something like that. Now I gotta get that one right, because there's another company I dealt with out of Orlando that was wonderful. I got these posh new leather grips for my radio, something you're not going to be able to do with Spectrum at all.
Welcome to OpenTX. Switch warning.
But yeah, I'm going to be trying that out. The camera. It got dark yesterday, so it was difficult for me to see what I was doing.
0 volts, 5 minutes, throttle hold, flaps up, low rates, stabilization off, throttle active, throttle hold.
So it's Christmas Eve and a ridiculously beautiful day down here in Florida. I mean, it's absolute insanity. I bag on Florida a lot,
5 minutes.
and I mean a lot. But I use terms like it's poor man's San Diego, and I mean that. It really is.
Switch warning, 8.3 volts, 0, throttle hold, stabilization off, 0 volts.
I'm gonna fly the newly rebuilt Icon A5. Yeah, there was no art to that. It was just replacing parts and pieces. But I'm pleased that I got her done. Oh, look at that lake. Now things are fixing to change here in a few hours.
0.
A big front will be coming through, and we'll have some of the coldest weather we've had in 20 years here in Florida.
0 volts.
And we frankly need it, you know, to keep insects at bay. We literally need a freeze. So shout-outs, and I'm going to do this from memory. I'm not going to use a cheat sheet or anything like that. But Virginia Bareback Boy, also known as Anthony, Rick Azir, Flyboy 54, Chuck Oxnick, Captain Crunch Blue Hammer, Tennessee River Lover, Rex Galore Peace, Tahoe Ed, Old Coasty, Dale Cheek, of course, he's a maniac, Hugo Fly Now, Cub Crazy, Beseed, B-S-E-A-M-D, who is a new guy, and Steve Flies Loco, ADK Flyer, my good friend Fergie, excuse me, Scott, San Diego Uke fan, In the Tube Deep, and Just Wing It, and all the other guys who I may have missed. I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. Excuse me. Yeah, I wish you a very Merry Christmas, and I hope everybody is healthy in your world. Yeah, we're not far from getting vaccines, and I just want to get through this little holiday season without getting sick.
0 volts.
The word is they have a particularly virulent strain coming over, or already came here, from Great Britain.
Low battery or SSI critical.
Not true.
0.
Well,
Low battery.
I've refrained from buying any new models this season, and spent most of my money on
Telemetry lost. Low battery. Telemetry recovered.
I put a waterproof servo in this Icon, and it just doesn't have the throw
12.6 volts.
that I'd like.
Telemetry lost.
Need to see if I can maybe find a longer control arm. So yeah, Icon 85, I took, so back to that company, I sent the guy a note, and he actually didn't call me he didn't call me a Grinch, he called me a Scrooge. I went back and I read the little note, and frankly it really wasn't nice, and I thought, well, you know what,
12.6 volts.
that's just no way to be, even if they're turds.
Throttle active. Throttle
Taking
active.
off.
Zero.
I gotta work on this radio. I guess what happens is you get kind of sick of working on stuff, and you don't really remember that you need to work on stuff until you get out and fly it. So there's that.
Zero. 11.9 volts.
So yeah, I gotta stop that. But yeah, I'll see if I've got a servo horn in here that might fit this Traxxas waterproof servo that sits in the bottom of the tray that eventually gets smoked
Zero.
due to living in water. So yeah, I gotta go work on this radio sometime and figure out
11.9 volts.
what's being reported as zero. There's no off function for the timer. Well, not off, but that eliminates the timer altogether. It just refers to it as being off.
Zero.
It seems that all these planes that I put on a timer exhibit that behavior. So there's no wind Renfield, if you're watching. You know, I'm trying to think of the guys that I might have forgotten. If you're watching, I wish you comment. And my buddy,
0. 11.9 volts.
Mr. Hicks out west, and then my buddy locally, Mike. I think he's foolish enough to listen to my Piffle, Balderdash, and Poppycock, Mike Evans. Who else? But yeah, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Wish you the very, very best. Yeah, no new models this year. I may, and I mean may, real nice young man out at the club, Chad. He introduced us to the real world of paramotoring. You know, I've seen them on the web and thought they were pretty cool, but I never ventured into the idea of getting one, and I see them, but what's interesting is they're so close to scale because, for instance, you got to be able to fly that airfoil.
11.6 volts.
And what I found is our friends at Hobby King just slapped one together and sold it. It's unflyable. And then this real nice fellow on the interwebs went out and he really diagnosed Hobby King's problem and fixed it. What's funny about him is that he's annoyed. Hobby King didn't show him any appreciation whatsoever in his computer-aided design, and over the course of a year, really were fairly ruthless to him. I forget his name.
11.6 volts.
But yeah, relatives. A few relatives are going to flow in. We're doing basically a calculated risk here. So my son, who's a paramedic, he'll be coming today with his girlfriend, who is a high-end hairdresser. Both of them wear masks. My sister-in-law, who is arguably an actual hermit, will be here along with her oldest son, who is he's exceptional. So he doesn't get out of the house.
011.4 volts.
He does not. I've got 3 batteries in the Mavic Pro that I'm probably going to attempt to cook off this morning. Just cook down rather than letting them go into, that stasis mode on their own. Well, I've blathered on this aircraft long enough. I know it seems crazy. I love the water when it's high because that makes for a healthy Florida. It is not conducive for flying, though. Not at all.
11.4 volts.
Or landing. This thing will drop a wing in a heartbeat if you get too low or slow.
0.
I need to stay out of the trees. Landing! Oh, what? I will take that. Beautiful Lake Majore.
11.4 volts.
Could have flown this thing for 20 minutes. Bored y'all to death. Fantastic. I wish you all the very, very best. See you on the next plane.